cannot believe it. I'm so happy. Good morning!
Good morning.
Welcome back to Magic Carpet. Today, or this week, we have an episode all about interior design. Last week, we solved a disagreement that Aladino and I had about how to design the quarter berth and the chart table.
Drama in the boatyard.
Drama in the boatyard.
Or it has been for 3 months.
But with a perfect compromise found, it's time to actually bring it to life. Every now and then I have to take a full day to edit a video, catch up on emails, all that sort of stuff. And while I'm inside doing all that, Aladino is out here progressing along at a rapid pace on the boat. So I came out here today and asked Aladino to catch me up, and he did so much yesterday. You and I are going to learn about Aladino's progress yesterday at the same time.
Yes. I generally take advantage of when Maya is not here filming to do the things that I am least comfortable with. I was just playing around a bit. What I do like though, and what I have learned on Magic Carpet 1 on the first refit, is I had no money for material, so I had to recycle. And that is coming in handy now because we want to also keep a certain look within the boat. Well, let me explain. So previously in the head we had a wall that was dividing the pathway, so to speak, from the head itself, and that was made of the same teak plywood. So I cut out a piece because we don't need that as a wall anymore, and I closed off the settee here because we are making a full-length settee here. And that means that I can also reuse the corner post that was used here previously because there was a corner here. And since this was intended for sitting, it is already at the height we need. So this is the corner post I'm talking about here. And this is the part that saved me a lot of work. The most complicated piece to make, but when you do have it, it makes everything else much easier. So I just made 2 faces. It was just to get a feel of things. So here we go. That's the rough outline.
So, is this my editing desk?
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Deanie. I think you came up with an incredible compromise that we've got the longer V-berth, and I've got my
Quarter
nice
berth.
big work surface. Oh, quarter berth, of course.
I can bring you a cushion. Of course, you will be sitting a bit higher than now. And the backrest is missing yet, because the whole quarter berth is missing.
I love it. The Magic Carpet production studio. Of course, there's still a long way to go, but now at least we have a rough outline of what will be. Once everything is painted, varnished, and well lit, then I think it will really come together. But for now, it's time to turn our attention towards the saloon. We have another really big interior design challenge ahead of us, which is to remake our settees. One of the big issues that we had with the settees that were here were the hatches, so we're going to be making a few changes to that and to just the general beauty, quality, strength, and appearance of our settees. All right, let's get going and watch Aladino work his magic.
No magic. I just cut out a piece of plywood. It's a decision, as always. Now I have to decide how I'm gonna go about this. There's so many ways. I could plop the originals in place, use the tickle stick method to actually scribe them to a perfect fit, or I can cut the piece of plywood so that it fits in here. Either use something like this and scribe it. I could template it.
Many options.
So many options.
Just a warm summer breeze blowing softly.
All right, first things first order of business is just cutting them to length.
Just a warm hand to hold.
Well, cut them to length and to very approximate width. The settee bottom will be curved along with the hull, but we'll start with just a large rectangular piece and then keep going from there. The plan for these settee covers is to finish this akume with a clear coat, because it does look really, really nice when finished, we discovered. And then we're gonna have the dark mahogany trim. I think it's gonna look beautiful.
Yeah.
Just a dog of my own and a good old fiddle song. These little things mean country to me. The rain on the roof, the good old gospel truth, so clear and so clean. These little things mean country to me.
This hatch is actually awesome. We've been able to fit everything in and out of the boat.
That's how it should be.
Wow, Dean, it fits perfectly.
Alright, template is done. Yeah, I fiddled about a lot because I ended up now using the old one as a template. And this is the piece that was missing, so here's a
Little template. Excellent.
Oh.
Cozy.
This is a beautiful length.
So first side was a success. Now to repeat the process on the other side.
It hit me as hard as a cannonball. Every time I get up, I'd fall. Had to put back together, but it fell apart. But you can't fix my broken heart, and you got me high.
Look at that.
Alright.
Now for backrest number 1.
Alright, backrest in order. I should say back ordered. Sorry, COVID delays.
Singing out, singing out loud, yeah. Singing out loud.
And backrest number 2.
Ta-da! On this side of the boat, I think we're gonna have pretty standard storage. So we're gonna have partitions in here with hatches. On this side, we're thinking of doing something a little bit different. It's actually stolen from Magic Carpet 1, our first boat, which has a backrest that drops down. We did find on Magic Carpet that it's really nice to have this area to store longer items in. A guitar, fishing rods, whatever you can.
Mast for our dinghy.
Mast for
And
our
oars.
dinghy. Oars, exactly.
Fishing rods, spear guns,
Totally. So actually doing away with partitions.
spaghetti, the long spaghetti.
It's just a big waste of time. You changed my tune once you came around. My heart beat faster, but my feet slowed down.
Ta-da! Who remembers these? It's been a long time since these were on the boat. Now I'll let you in on a little secret. Although Aladino and I try to be organized for important things, we tend to fly by the seat of our pants for almost everything else. We always have a general idea of where things are going, but we usually don't have the full picture all drawn out beforehand, and these settees are no exception. It took some time, but we finally came up with a solution that should work for us.
Yeah, we can do that. piece of plywood would be the size of this. We put a hinge here so that this opens always, even if these are in place.
So it'll be quite hot.
In place.
Alright, that was a long deliberation process. Trying to figure out a way to turn this side into a double bed should we want a double bed. But I think it's worth it because it will be so nice to have a big double bed right here. Can you imagine, like, we could maybe even have like a projector screen to roll down and have movies, or, you know, I might be getting ahead of ourselves, but just, it would be lovely. We're going to make an extension piece that fits into this area.
Exactly how we attach that extension piece is still a bit undecided, either on hinges so it can fold down, or completely removable so it can be stored behind the port settee. But that's a future dilemma. For now, we can just move on with the settees.
Happens every summer. Things are moving slow, and time to unwind only gives me time to spend alone. And I can't help but wonder if anyone's in town, scrolling through the phone on a Sunday, just hanging around with nothing to do. Summer loving, give me something. I'm about to lose my mind. 'Cause when I see you, I think I need you every single summertime. Oh, no. I saw her under moonlight, a flower in her hair, and didn't think she'd notice, but I know she caught my stare. And I can't help but wonder what she's thinking now. Is she standing alone, going home, or just hanging around with nothing to do? Summer loving, give me something. I'm about to lose my mind. 'Cause when I see you, I really think I need you every single summertime. And all the seasons in between, singing
This
glad you
is
like
so wonderful. I love it.
Can I leave it like that since you like it?
No, it's gonna look incredible with that mahogany trim.
Why don't you keep that going now?
These trim pieces are a dark sapele mahogany, and Aladino has thought up quite an inventive way to use them.
Big things on this table.
Big things, too big things, and too few tables.
And I am still confused by what we're looking at, so fill us in here, Aladino.
So my task yesterday was of gluing these sapele trim pieces in between the plywood sheet. So you can see there is one here, because that's where the hinge goes. This part stays down against the hull, and this one folds up to access storage. But as I said, it's upside down now, so think about that. And this one here is just a trim piece at the edge, which will be facing me as I open it. That's for multiple reasons. Beautifying and also hardwood, so you don't have a plywood edge. It's more durable. The other reason of why there is one in the middle here is because there will be a hinge here, and you don't necessarily want to screw in things into end grain of plywood. And now I can explain why I've glued everything upside down. Now I've made these trim pieces proud, as you can see, and that is because the hinge is wider than the actual plywood. And I don't want to have just metal of a hinge sticking out here, so instead having a bit of wood supporting it, yeah, I think is nice. Well, let me remove all this.
And that's just for weight, the batteries.
Yeah, just to make sure that it's not, doesn't have some curvature to it or something.
I like my coffee black, no milk, and hold the sugar, please. Can't take too much because the jitter's just ain't good for me. When clouds are loud, I find it gets so hard to feed my meager needs, like wilted flower, thirsty soil, a prelude to the fallen leaves. So let it breathe.
Aladino, this is gonna look so good.
These mahogany pieces will get cut in half down the middle with a track saw, and long hinges will be attached to either side, allowing the settee to lift up. The contrast of light akume plywood and the dark sapele mahogany will be beautiful.
Radiates from inside. Belong to me.
So my job now is to prepare these to become beautiful, scrape off the excessive epoxy.
Once the old epoxy was cleaned up, we could apply a nice new coat of epoxy over top of everything.
Could look like morning light and match of tea. Deepak Chopra 15-minute present spelled abundantly. A walk to clear the negative, the air of mine, my lungs to breathe. The world may make no sense, at least I'm holding on, 'cause I belong to me. 'Cause I belong to me.
We're both really happy with how these turned out. These settees will be both beautiful and functional, and they didn't take too long to make. There's no fine joinery involved, and we've reused the old skeleton that was already in place. But it turned out perfectly.
I cannot believe it. I'm so happy with this. I mean, of course it's not finished yet. These backrests are not yet finished. This is still left over from the old saloon furniture, and we may or may not repurpose it. But I am just blown away, Aladino, by your vision for this. I never would have thought of doing it this way, but
Thank
it looks
you.
so beautiful, and it was so simple to do. I mean, it took like 2 days.
That's mostly why I decided it, because of the balance of simplicity, quickness, and still a pleasant outcome.
A really pleasant outcome.
So on this note, we'll leave you here. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next Friday for the next update from Sailing Magic Carpet. A huge thanks to our patrons for helping to keep this channel alive. We really couldn't do it without you guys. If you'd like to become a patron and watch our secret, real-time, behind-the-scenes vlogs every Tuesday, those are never published on YouTube, only on Patreon, but if you'd like to see them, they are available for as little as $2 a month. It's totally up to you what you pay. It's a small donation. So thank you so much for helping to keep this all going. It's really cool to be totally crowd-funded, and this just feels like a huge group project. So thank you all so much. And an extra special thanks to these folks who always go above and beyond to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. We will see you all next Friday.
This tune is dedicated to my dad because it's one of his favorites that I play. It's called Nico's Mermaid.